Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here and it's Tuesday 31st of January. Thanks again for watching and thanks for all your support for the site. Yesterday was the busiest day that we've had on the site, so thanks to the thousands of you who came in and viewed things through the site. Really appreciate it. As always, the site's kept free of charge by the adverts that are around the screen. If you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us and it shows the advertiser you're interested in what they offer. Of course, don't just click on it because they're there, click on it because you're interested in what they're actually offering. Okay, on with the forecast, and I think we can be fairly confident in the forecast running up to the end of the weekend. The problem is what happens into next week. We've got some flip-flops taking place as to how things develop. I'll show you more of that in just a moment. This is the global temperature chart from Ryan Mowry's excellent website, and runs from the 1st of January. It's global, so it's telling us about global temperature anomalies, and you can see how we started off the month above normal, and then look, we've fallen down into below normal levels, but the forecast, which is the black circles here, the black line in between the circles, is showing that temperatures start to rise again. Look, as we get sorry about that, as we get into the middle part, let me get rid of that there, as we get into the middle part of the month. Let me see if I can get rid of that nasty blue for you. There we go. As we get into the middle part, into the early part of February, look, 2nd, 3rd of February, and you see temperatures starting to rise, but it is trying to hint at global temperatures coming off again by the time we get through to the middle of the month. Now, of course, that could be for anywhere in the globe, so it doesn't just relate to us. But what's interesting is that it sees the temperatures as staying below normal. That could have some impact on the overall temperature anomalies globally during the course of the year. So let's get on with the forecast proper, and this is the Ensemble forecast for midday today, and it's for the 500 millibar flow. You can see that we've got higher than normal heights, look, running across really from the Atlantic through northern parts of the country right into northern parts of Siberia there, and this ridge in the 500 millibar pattern, that's the area of high pressure that's out towards the west and extending through northern parts of Scandinavia. It's that's responsible for the Scandinavian high right now. You can see the jet stream here in the western Atlantic, look, coming up against the high and then just screaming northwards as it hits it. Colder pools of air across central parts of Europe. It's those that are bringing some snow quite far south into Europe, in places where they don't normally see snow, and bringing in cold easterly winds through the British Isles. Now, just take a comparison of that chart with the way that things look as if they are going to be shaping up during the coming 8 to 10 days. So this is the mean of the ensemble running from a week today through to a week on Friday, so up till the 10th of February. And notice that the ECMWF on the left here and the GFS on the right are actually quite similar. We've got ridge and above normal heights for the time of year across southwestern parts of the UK and southwest of the UK into the Atlantic, with this sharp ridge built through the country. So that indicates that high pressure is trying to stay in control. But the critical factor is this cold pool across Europe. ECMWF is slipping it further south, and what that's allowing to happen is milder westerly winds to come in from the Atlantic and get rid of the cold conditions that we've experienced through the British Isles during the next week. And the GFS as well is also hovering around trying to do that, but it does keep high pressure in across the south and has easterly winds across southern parts of the country, so it keeps England and Wales in the cold but brings Scotland out of the cold, with a jet stream passing quite close by to Scotland where there'll be some more unsettled conditions. So a subtle difference between the two, but actually the models are in very good agreement. It's just that we've got this slight difference, and it makes a critical difference to what happens further south. The forecast from the GFS for the North Atlantic Oscillation looks like this, where it stays in neutral to negative territory, so a weak westerly flow across the Atlantic, and the Arctic Oscillation right down into neutral territory. So again, this cold air is able to get off the pole. It just depends on how it affects us. Now then, there has been a difference between the models, again between the ECMWF and between the GEM, the Canadian GEM. This is the Canadian GEM forecast from our website, weatherweb.net. Go up the top of the page, look to what you're on at the moment, click on new weather charts, and you'll be able to see all of these charts. So this was the analysis for midnight last night. If we put it forward a few days, the white lines are the isobars. Look, this is as we get in towards Thursday, then into Friday. Still got cold air across the south and east of the country, but milder southwesterly conditions trying to get back through Scotland, western parts of Wales and northern parts of England on Saturday. This is where I think we could see some rain coming into the west, turning to snow as it does so, and I think that risk of snow really comes through during the course of Saturday night into Sunday. Now notice how into Sunday and into Monday these easterly winds stay close by, so they kind of take a second bite of the cherry in bringing colder air back across England and Wales, while Scotland is in the milder temps. But if you compare that to the ECMWF and see how that handles things, and very similar to yesterday, as we knock on the days, here's midnight Thursday, there's midnight Friday, so this is Thursday into Friday, midnight Saturday, so Friday into Saturday, and look, it's brought the southwesterly winds across the country and it breaks them through into Sunday. Now that is still the potential for snow across parts of England and Wales, but the ECMWF then pushes in the milder weather from the southwest and it keeps the southwesterly flow in place right the way through until the 9th of the month, but then brings back cooler northwesterlies by the 10th. But the key here is the way that this sees milder air coming in. Now until earlier, the GFS was in fairly good agreement with this scenario in bringing in milder weather across the north at the start of the weekend, but keeping England and Wales in the cold and bringing a second bite of the cold back into next week. But this is the 6 o'clock run from the GFS, and look what it's done. This is London, and there's the 0 degrees Celsius line running through here. Here's the maximum temperature in red, and notice how it stays really cold, look, up until Sunday morning, and then the temperatures rise as this rain comes through. Up go the temperatures, look, as we head into next week. So the GFS has now turned round and said, well, actually, we think that the milder weather is going to be coming in too. And that's for London. If we look at the chart for Birmingham, look, an even sharper jump from Saturday into Sunday. And similar for Manchester, and similar again for Glasgow. So this is something that we're watching very carefully. How long does this cold last? For my money, I want to keep this cold weather across England and Wales early next week. I think this second bite of the cherry is going to try and get back in, but I'm getting less and less support from the models for that, and I still hold out for it being cold or chilly up till about the 10th of February. Of course, we'll see what happens, but for now, thank you for watching, keep the sun shining, don't forget to click on the advert if it's something that you like, and let's watch and see how the forecast goes. I'll try and keep you updated throughout on the musings. Thanks for watching.